What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I promised I was going to give it to you guys and I'm finally delivering. We're going to be doing somewhat of a camera comparison between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 10. So both very good phones. Obviously the iPhone 11 is, the successor to the iPhone 10 in a way. And I'll be completely honest, I'm like the worst person to do these comparisons because I honestly don't care about the camera quality. I feel like an iPhone 6 is still good enough for me, but I'm gonna try my best. And you know what? I want to shout out to a lot of other tech YouTubers out there. I don't consider myself a tech YouTuber, but a lot of other YouTubers out there, they're going to do way better comparisons than I am. I just happen to be in a position where I can do these many camera comparisons in a short time. So I'm the best you guys got so far. So I took a variety of photos. They weren't the craziest things. They don't really show too much in my opinion, but I took them in like indoor quality, outdoor quality. I did a video test as well, and we can kind of see the audio quality difference between the videos as well. So starting off with the first photo, bro, I'm getting like PTSD from last year when I did all those iPhone XR camera comparisons. So looking at these first photos, these are basically indoor photos. On the left is the iPhone 10. On the right is the iPhone 11. So I'm going to basically put in the corner, which one is which. And even from the first photo, you can see that the iPhone 10 photo, in my opinion, doesn't really look as good as the iPhone 11's. I didn't edit these photos. I didn't touch on the screens. I let the cameras autofocus on themselves and kind of take the photo there. The desk on the iPhone 11 actually looks better in my opinion as well than on the iPhone 10. That photo looks a little bit darker to my eyes. I find the brighter photo on the iPhone 11 to look pretty good. So without spending too much time on the first photo, that's pretty much it. I mean, I definitely do like both photos, but the iPhone 11's looks much better in my opinion. Now this next photo, pretty basic one as well, just a Rubik's Cube. And it's kind of like the exact opposite effect from the last photo. So I feel like the iPhone 10's photo might be a little bit brighter than the iPhone 11's, but it could flip-flop a lot. Sometimes one photo is better, sometimes the other one is better. But in this case, I'd probably give it to the iPhone 10. Now looking at this next photo, I really can't tell that much of a difference either. But what I will say that I find kind of interesting is that on the iPhone 10, I kind of like the back of that windowsill. That kind of looks a little bit better in my opinion than the iPhone 11's. I tried my best to take the photos at the exact same spot, but it was kind of hard every single time. But in this one, I kind of find it to be the same. Those first three photos are pretty basic. I just wanted to get those over the way with. Now looking at this next photo, again, it's pretty hard to adjust, which one is going to look like which one. But as you guys can tell, I don't know, in my opinion, I kind of like the iPhone 11's photo a little bit more than the iPhone 10's. I find that, just having this overhead of this camera lens, it kind of gives you a glimpse of the darkened colors, but also the desk in the back. And you can see, I feel like I see more noise in the iPhone 10's photo than on the iPhone 11's. I feel like the desk is a little bit more smoother in the iPhone 11's photo. If you look up top in the ukulele, you can see that even on that last glimpse of it, even though on the iPhone 10's we can see a little bit more of the ukulele, I think that the iPhone 11's probably is the better photo in my opinion, but again, you can let me know which one you guys like more. Now I did compare portrait modes on both devices. Now it's very important for me to say that again, I didn't touch the focus, I didn't autofocus anything. This was all strictly me turning on portrait mode, pointing at the object and taking the picture of it. And you might look at these photos, you may be like, okay, cool, both photos, portrait mode, honestly, portrait mode is alright on these teddy bear things. It would look better on a face, but whatever. The biggest thing and the biggest, huge advantage I would say the iPhone 11's has is that look how good the iPhone 11 camera did for the back, corner of that photo. More so talking about that window, you can see outside of that photo on portrait mode on the iPhone 11, where on the iPhone 10, look how overexposed that is. That's super bright. So maybe this has something to do with, the algorithms within the camera app for the iPhone 11, the new ones that we have. Maybe it's the camera sensor, which are probably, it's more so the camera sensor than anything else. But look at that big difference, So honestly, I'm the one to underhype cameras. I don't think they're big deals or anything like that. But you can see just from this photo itself, there's a pretty big difference. I honestly wasn't expecting this big of a difference, but that's a pretty big one. You want to be able to kind of get an overall clean image overall, and I feel like the iPhone 10's is a little bit overexposed for that back, whereas on the iPhone 11, you can still see the back, which I really like. Now this close-up of the grass that was on that windowsill, I don't really see too much. I think the darkened image is on the iPhone 10. You can't really see that dirt on the inside, even though it's fake dirt. Whereas on the iPhone 11, you can see that, but I feel like there's more noise in the iPhone 11's photo, or maybe it's kind of even. But I do appreciate how we can see the inside of the glass or the grass on the iPhone 11's photo, where we can't necessarily see that on the iPhone 10's. Now this next photo is one that I took outside, and I don't know, like it's just a rose or whatever this plant is. I don't really see too much of a difference. I do notice that on the iPhone 11, the background seems to be more blurred than the iPhone 10, so the bokeh effect on even without portrait mode seems to be better on the iPhone 11s than on the iPhone 10s. But I feel like the color is more accurate on the iPhone 10s. Like that red color seems to be popping more for me than the iPhone 11s. But maybe the iPhone 11s is a little bit, more subtle in a way. But I don't know. It's kind of like a tie. Like if I'm looking at it from a distance, I won't be able to tell that much. But when I'm kind of close, I don't know. Like I like the bokeh effect on the iPhone 11, but I like the redness on the iPhone 10. So between these two, I'm not really too sure. It's kind of like a tie for me here. Now I want to give you guys a quick glimpse. I try my best to figure out, whether I should do one image at a time for this lamp thing. But what I'm trying to showcase here is how far you can zoom out into a photo. So on the iPhone 10s, you can see that's as far as we can get. That's like, standard out zoom. Whereas on the iPhone 11, you have that extra ultra wide sensor. So that is super, super cool. Look how much of that fisheye angle lens effect that you have. You can get way more into a photo. And like I said, I try my best to showcase it here, but it's kind of hard because I had to crop it down through the center. But without a doubt, the iPhone 11's photo was super, super cool. And I definitely do like that ultra wide sensor. I just do kind of wish it did have that telephoto lens, but it's not that big of a deal. So without a doubt, that's definitely a super cool thing. Now this next one is also going back indoors, and now we're looking at the ukulele, the legendary ukulele. I've made a mixtape off this thing. If you want to listen to it, it's probably linked down below. From first glance, you can't really tell the big difference, but honestly, what's funny is if you can tell from the crop and like straight up in the middle, it looks like it's just one continuation of that ukulele, which is so weird. I did that perfectly. That's so freaky. But on the ukulele, if you look on the right in the middle of that circle where it says like a model number or whatever, you can see that for the iPhone 11, it looks a little bit darker in the inside, whereas on the iPhone 10s, it's a little bit lighter. But these things are so subtle. Like if you're not even looking for anything, you could probably think they're exactly the same photos. Like it's not that big of a difference at all. However, one thing that I did find super different was the indoor photo that I took of this flooring. Now, I'm the one, obviously all these YouTubers are going to go and like take photos in the best lighting, the best conditions or whatever, but sometimes you're not going to be in the best conditions. You're going to be in horrible lighting conditions. So what's super interesting about this is that look at the difference between these photos. We have the iPhone 10 on the left, the iPhone 11 on the right, and look how better, in my opinion, the iPhone 10's photo is. This one is just so much more darker. It's just so much better in my opinion, and I really do like how Apple did that. I mean, I don't know what happened for the iPhone 11's photo. Like I said, I did my standard thing. I just took the photo, I just put it on my Final Cut Pro, and that was it. I didn't edit anything. I didn't touch the focus or anything. And for some reason, we still saw that I don't know, there's so much more noise and that weird glare effect on the iPhone 11's photo than we do see on the iPhone 10's photo, which is weird because it's the newer camera. So we should expect to see, better camera quality, but that was really weird. So I'm not too sure what happened there, but without a doubt, I would definitely say in this specific photo, the iPhone 10's photo seems a little bit more darker and actually more color accurate than the iPhone 11's. Now this next little segment is going to be the video. I'll show you the video quality right now so you can kind of tell what's going on. The iPhone 11, like I said, is on the right. iPhone 10 is on the left. I'll go ahead and go back and forth between the 10's audio quality and the 11's audio quality so you can go and hear which one is better. So I'll go ahead and kind of stop talking now so you can hear and kind of tell the difference. Seems like it's kind of softening the colors with the iPhone 10. It could just be the display, but it seems like the iPhone 10 is kind of darkening the colors a little bit. Like if you look at the dirt, it just seems like it's a little bit softer a little bit. But it seems like, I don't know, the optical image stabilization, the OIS, seems to be better on the iPhone 11. That could be totally just me tripping, but I don't know, it seems okay. Let's kind of focus in on this red flower, see if we can do that. Let's see if we can focus in on this red flower. I just messed up a little bit, but the audio quality will shift up a little bit between those two. So if I can show you which one has the better audio quality. So I don't know, you guys be the judge. But in terms of the video, I don't know. It's kind of tough. From right now, for me seeing it, it seems like the iPhone 10 is better. But after I kind of look at both of them, maybe the iPhone 11 will be the better one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, now that we're back to kind of synopsize this whole entire comparison, what I'll tell you is, without a doubt, I think it's kind of, 50, I think it's 50-50, okay? I think the iPhone 11's photo quality might be better for a little bit. We had better portrait mode for sure. We had a little bit more of a bokeh effect on the iPhone 11, but To compare the ultra wide sensor to the telephoto lens, I don't know which one is better. I'm like split 50-50. I don't even use the telephoto lens when I use it. I barely using the ultra wide sensor now here that I'm here. So between these two, I mean, they both have something that the other one cannot do. But in terms of sheer quality, I didn't really find a consistent, best camera overall. Like I found that sometimes like the iPhone 11 was better, sometimes the iPhone 10 was better. And in terms of video quality, definitely the iPhone 11 I think has better optical image stabilization. If you went back to the video and you saw that sometimes it was like shaking, the iPhone 11 seemed to be shaking less in my opinion than the iPhone 10s. But that is something you're going to have to kind of keep in mind when looking at both of these phones. So what I'll tell you is between both of these phones, I don't think one is way better than the other, but I do think the camera quality is very good on both phones still to my understanding, to my liking. But you can go kind of test them out further if you'd like. But for my opinion, I don't think I would go from an iPhone 10 to an iPhone 11 for better quality, but I don't think I would go also from an iPhone 11 to an iPhone 10 for better quality either. I think both of them are like very level-headed. I don't think one, like I said, is way better than the other, but they're definitely in the same par, and there's definitely strengths for each phone that not necessarily the other one has. So that kind of sums up that whole entire video. If you have any questions or you have anything else to add, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comment section below. I love to hear your opinions about things. Hit that like button if you guys enjoy the video, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, do not forget, we're still doing the iPhone XR giveaway. If you want to enter that, all you have to do is click that second link down in the description. It'll take you to a video. Watch that video completely. It'll explain exactly how to enter. I just want to say thank you to you guys for supporting the channel and all that, so it'll mean so much if you guys could do that. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.